welcome folks, this is the Dark Lady here, bringing you another video, and guess who has decided to join me? Lady Jemima. Hey Jemima, what do you say? Yeah? Let's see how long she'll be with me. So yeah, I'm just trying to convince her as well. So it's always about the little toys here. Yeah? You like that? Well, anyway, man, thank you for clicking onto this. Oh, she's off. She's over there. And yeah, want to say hello to everyone on YouTube? Yeah, okay. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. And this video is bringing to you from me and me alone. And I am going to go through my review. Hang on. Of a film that I went to see. This is like a little bit of a delayed review, but it's only going to be a short one for a film that I didn't really have intention to see, but I wanted to go because I'm a fan favorite of it anyway, and I love the franchise, the old series, and that is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So my impressions going into this film was I thought I was all Indiana Jones out. I thought I'd seen it all sort of thing, and I think from the last one with Shia LaBeouf, I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty much okay. I mean, I think Shia LaBeouf, he was in Transformers. He's a credible actor. He's very good at what he does. It's so supreme. I thought it was good. It was set up in a way that was meant for him, I think, to take the reins, and I think they were going to do something with him, but I think it's due to how much the film took and the overall reception. It didn't perform as well as he thought it was going to be, sort of thing. So which is a bit unfortunate, sort of thing. So but then obviously roll on a few years forward, and we are obviously filmed last year, 2 years ago, I think, and they thought, let's bring it back for another last for all. As you know, in Harrison Ford playing the iconic character, he's getting slightly older, and I thought, oh Lord, it's like, what are they going to do? Because there's only so much mobility he can do, and as great as he is, great, he's done some fantastic movies in the past, again, obviously time is of the essence, and there's certain things that he won't be able to do, and I know there's going to be a good degree of things that would be probably either stunt double or more so, or CGI or AI nowadays. You can never tell. Henceforth, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag, she was the co-creator of Fleabag, starred in it. She was in charge to write the project, and yeah, like I said, going into this film, I was kind of like, okay, what are we going to expect? I know a lot of people have been saying a lot of things negatively about the film, generally about, again, man, you get sick and tired of this whole sort of woke. I'm sick and tired of it being mentioned all the time. I'm sick and tired of people hunting for what they don't like and what they dislike about it, knowing that it's going to be this woman-serving film that's going to make the man look bad. And it's like, come on, guys, man, get a pair, why don't you, man? Just enjoy the film for what it is, It's okay to have a strong female lead or whatever, but there we see it was in overall. People came up in arms. You could have some section of the community that have particular opinionated thoughts on what their film was going to be, and again, from the way the film was being made, the production, pre-production, all through now to the release of the movie. That's all you could. They were gonna say everything bad about the movie anyway. They were gonna cast assertions. They were gonna say this about it. They were gonna say Harrison Ford had been demasculated. That it's all about Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That it's all about this propaganda about trying to take over. It's like, seriously, are you going into a film to see all this? Because if you are, you're not going to enjoy any movie. It's like, you're living in an era now where it's all about people want to just see more faces and more people of different types. That's all it is. It's not trying to take over anything. I mean, Lord, I don't want to be oversaturated with one sex. I want to see all types of spectrum. And I think you can have a story and not feel like there's just some damn thing led to it. Just enjoy the film for what it is. But anyway, I digress a little bit. So I went into this film and I thought, okay, having all heard of all of what had been going on and took a deep breath. I thought, okay, let's go and see what this film about. But I've got to say, it weren't too bad. It was really good. I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest Indiana Jones. I mean, I think 1 to 3 was probably my favourite. The fourth one was, like I said, so I can take or leave it. Ray Winston was in that one. Kate Winston. Off my mind completely. But yeah, there was some good cast that was in there, and I thought, it was good, plausible. So I thought, I wasn't really expecting much, and I thought, look, just be entertaining for what it is, and I think just remember the lore of what Indiana Jones is. And because Steven Spielberg was producing it, which was great, and I thought the director who did Logan, James Mangold, he was directing the film, and he did a fantastic job. I think visually it was great. It was a great period piece. Again, it was really interesting looking at it back then to as it is now, to see the progression. So they had to be very careful and know precisely the time frame of what his age would be at. It's really interesting, because you think to yourself, man, it's like, I never even thought of Indiana Jones as being a period piece. I just never looked at it that way. It never dawned on me. But I guess, yes, of course it would be, because of certain... But I suppose because he travelled to certain locations and places, it was kind of the era, and certain things was shown, which was okay. Obviously, it was always about the Nazis, and I think that was always reminding you about the Nazis and their propaganda. And again, like I said, if you're talking about propaganda, that's what you're going to get. But there were the impending threat, even to this film now. And I've got to say, I think it was handled well. I think it was handled with class. I think Harrison Ford definitely went off on his own sort of... this was a send-off piece to say thank you very much. And I think the way they ended it was fantastic. I think it was great. And I think there's no way of ending it bad. I think this was a very, very... I think it was like, I don't think there's any way you could really look at from your hard-nosed, right-winged conspiracy theorist would say anything other than that. It was really, really, really good for what it was. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she was in it. She starred in it. She was competent. She was great. Played a girl, the granddaughter to Harrison Ford's friend who he travelled. At the beginning sequence, I should have said, we get a chance to see Indiana Jones when he was younger, and you see the whole thing was certain parts where obviously acted, you see his face, but it was when he was younger, and obviously that's a clever way of AI, and CGI. And it was like, wow, I guess technology nowadays is getting really, really like, wow, it's taking over. It's now becoming problematic, and I want to do another video. I want to do a video on AI, and the problems I think as creatives that we face. I'm a comic book designer. I'm an artist, and I think there's certain things with AI that's going to be a bit troubling. And I think as we've been experiencing, especially with what's going on in Hollywood with the strikes, and how obviously actors want to make sure that they don't want their likenesses to be taken and used in films, especially after they're dead, and there are other things as well, sort of thing, and with obviously script writing as well. But that's another thing entirely. Let's go back to this film. Great film, great acted. The scenes were great period piece. It was great. It was really interesting. Like I said, the whole like America as it was now. It was like posed like Kennedy, and it was the period time. The clothes, the demeanor, the language. There was definitely that sense of an unrest of social justice, and that they were in that era of, well, this was it. Again, a lot of people will probably have issues with it, but I personally thought, well, that's what you're going to get. from every time you slowly get into these spaces, especially when you are dealing with these times, you're gonna have to speak about everyone's case and where everyone fits in. And again, like I said, but it wasn't harped on. It was only just edged a little bit. The locations were great, from one place to the other, the discovery. And I think it was just great to see, as I said, Harrisonford just be there. It was kind of like almost like a study piece of the man himself, and it was really an introduction, especially with him and Phoebe, the way they acted amongst each other, how it led to the climax of the end. And the end part was absolutely really, it was wow. It was how you could do it, make it plausible, but at the same time believable, but at the same time kind of goes back on everything that Indiana Jones is about. It's about discovery, it's about those riches, about the history. It's about going back in the past and looking at certain things and taking a magnifying glass to it and examining it in its full entirety. And it was great to see it visualized here. I'm not going to say so much because in case those people haven't seen it. So if you are watching this post-cinema, go to get it on DVD, Blu-ray, or rent it, or go and watch it on Disney Plus. So, or is it? Yeah, or Paramount, But it was a nicely touched film that definitely gave credence and gave its flowers to everything that done in the past. If I think for this movie to have been perfect, I think they should have brought on the past people of the other films, and by that I would have got so we got John Rhys Davies. He was the guy who played the guy with the hat, the red hat, and he was in there. It was great. I mean, he was really old, but it was obviously seeing him there. It was great to sort of get a call back. Who else was there? It was Karen Allen. She was, again, spoilers. She's in the film as well. Obviously, I won't say what part she plays there, but she's in. Obviously, she's the original Jane in the original film Indiana Jones. Great to see her. And I would have liked to have seen. I would have liked to have seen Kate Chapman. She was Willie Scott. She was in Indiana Jones 2. And she was the love interest of Indiana Jones, and it would have been great to have seen her come back. Well, maybe if things have moved on, but I would have liked to have seen that sort of sense of where she's at now, and I think it would have been great to have her on the adventure, as well as Ki Hugh Kwan. I hope I pronounced that right. And he was the young guy, the young kid in Indiana Jones 2. It would have been great to have seen him now. It would have been fantastic to have seen him along with the gang, moving on to Indiana Jones 4. And I think the only people I could imagine, with Note 5, obviously Sean Connery passing away, he's no longer, but Shia LaBeouf would have been great to have brought back in. He would have been obviously great to see, and because obviously we have to acknowledge the fact that he's related to Indiana Jones in some capacity, so it would have been great to have seen him, and it would have been nice to have them all on this real big adventure along with the new cast members, and to see how they all are trying to help Indiana Jones get these findings and get these the certain artifacts, which was these 2 dials, and that was split in half. If they'd done it, they could have done it like worldwide, or where they could have done to go into different locations. You could have had them split up into 3 people, 3 parts, which would have been quite an epic. And then it comes to the end where they all come together in this big furore. And man, I think that they should have done that. They should have done that, especially if you want to end it like that. That would have been great. What else did I not like? No, I mean, to be honest, there wasn't nothing really I could complain about. I mean, some parts were a bit cliche-ish, but all in all, I think it's for what you're gonna get, and I think, like I said, the whole franchise revolves around Indiana Jones and around Harrison Ford. there was no way of moving away from that. I think that was the only base they could play. And I think obviously now getting older and older, it's like, okay, we've got to do this now because it's not going to be done. And I think he's a bit tired to say, okay, look, let this be the last. Let me just give my goodbyes like he did in Star Wars 7. I think the way they ended it was great. Now, whether they decide to continue is another thing. Now, they could. They don't necessarily have to sort of go like Indiana Jane or anything like that. However, they could perhaps have another name to it. They could have another attachment, and it could follow Phoebe, and it could follow those individuals. Maybe you could have them going on their other quests and stuff. Because I think now with Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones done, you can move on to other people. But I think it depends on where they want to go with it. I think they pretty much said it's done and dusted. But you never know. There's always find ways to resurrect it. But knowing them, they'll probably let it go for a bit and then retell it with a new actor, which I think would be a whole bad idea. Just either continue going forward with the characters casting now, so it kind of leads into the present era. I mean, that would be quite good. From someone that was from the past can move along to like the today present, and again you can play out throughout the course of the years and stuff. So we shall see how it goes. But no, genuinely speaking, I think it was a good movie. I think people who are fans will enjoy it. I think it's, like I said, it has those callbacks. Again, like I said, for what the film delivers, it goes spectacles, good action, humor's good. Again, the dialogue is up and down, it's good, but no, generally speaking, it's kind of as you speak. Some parts are a little bit like, don't know if it plays like better, like some silly parts would have probably been better then, but it is what it is, I think. But I think trying to mix the here and now is really tricky. But I think I thought it was good. I thought it was applaudable good film. So for that being said, that's all I had to say really for that. I went on a bit longer than I thought, but I didn't think so. But anyway, if you're listening, thank you very much. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought of the film. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Where do you think it's going to go in the future? Do you think it's going to go at all? Do you think it's going to be developed further? Do you think they're going to end it and keep it at a cap? Do you think so? But yeah, well, thank you, and we'll be on to another film at some point. So anyway, peace guys, and peace.